Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. Demon Slayer is back. Season 4, Episode 1. An extra long episode, 48 minutes long. This is their Hashira training arc. We are going to be getting a total of 11 episodes. If you have been watching the My Hero Academia reviews, there's, I believe, going to be 21 episodes, and I will reiterate that in the review next, I believe, Friday for that one? Or is it Saturday? Might be Saturday. But schedule-wise, we're going to have, after today, this is going to be a Monday video, because I missed the first episode of My Hero Academia, so the Sunday, this would have initially been on Sunday, yesterday's video, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there, if any of you are actually watching. And this is going to be a regular Sunday video. So Demon Slayer reviews are going to be on Sunday, My Hero Academias are going to be on Saturday, and I'll probably continue doing my stupid 16 shorts on Thursday, because why not? It takes like 2 seconds, I whip them at something. But we start off here with the Wind Hashira, the Snake Hashira, I believe his name is Obanai, if I remember correctly, and just 2 other random Demon Slayer corpse members who are unnamed. Basically, there's been some village where there's been a whole bunch of kidnappings, and they are going to this kind of abandoned mansion following this no-name demon. No, they're not going after an upper rank, but they go in here, and there is just a surplus of demons. There's nothing they can't handle, but the sheer volume of them, you're talking probably hundreds, if not thousands of demons are coming at them. They're all, fairly weak. Hashira can dismember them, kill them off fairly easily. No big deal. We then see this, they follow him over an edge, this one demon that they're chasing, and we see this crazy giant place with stairs in directions there shouldn't be stairs. We've seen this where Muzan and the other upper ranks have met before, and I'm guessing this is, Muzan's palace or whatever mansion. And then the weird part is Dun just disappears. So Genya's, the Wind Hashira, I know it's Genya's brother. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. He jumps down, ready to stab this person, and then it's just gone. Like, boop, yeeted, no more. Peace out, Cub Scout. That was really weird. It just straight up gone. I'm assuming that is some sort of demon's ability to just teleport this place somewhere else. I honestly have no idea. So then we go to, oh god, what is her name? Kanao, I think it is. She, the butterfly technique user under the butterfly Hashira. As I said, we're gonna butcher some names today. I should have looked at the character list before. She's just hanging out. She's on her way back to the butterfly mansion as well. There we go. We get to see the butterfly Hashira, Miss Kanroji, yes, and Mr. Kokito. There we go. But yeah, get to see her as well. Nezuko is, in the sun now. She's good to go, which is cool. That's kind of where we ended off Season 3, Swordsmith Village arc. We learned that all of the Swordsmith Village is being relocated. And we learned that in this event, there's actually multiple different towns. We don't know the exact amount. Well, basically, multiple abandoned towns that someone's upkeeping, where these people can essentially just get up and move to in the event that something like this happened, where the demons found the location of them. So obviously they need the swordsmiths to create their swords, or they cannot kill the demons unless, they hold them down until sunlight pops up, which very rarely is going to happen. You got to try to hold the demon down in upper rank. You keep them fighting until sunlight comes out. It doesn't always happen the way you think it would. So Tanjiro's healing up. He's been passed out for like a week. The Hashira, being a bit stronger than him, I think they were down for the count for about 3 days. No one's 100%. They're healing up, but no big deal. He is getting an appetite like the Love Hashira, I believe, Mitri, I believe her name is. He is just gobbling down food like no tomorrow. We see Nezuko in the sun as well. We then have a Hashira meeting with all the Hashira. stone dude whose name I don't remember. So his wife, basically the head, Kayaga, his wife is actually doing the meeting because he's actually fallen so ill to the point where he can no longer physically get up. So he is probably going to die in the next few episodes or somewhere in this season. That is my guess. We don't even know really what his illness is. I don't think we've ever been told specifically what his illness is, but he's not that old. We know he's blind, and he was walking around at the beginning of the series, but now not so much. And essentially, they are talking about the mark that appeared on Tanjiro, it appeared on Mitsuri, it appeared on Muchiro, Mist Hashira, if I'm saying his name right. And they are trying to figure out what allows you to access it, because it's essentially a massive power boost, and when one person unlocks it, apparently all the other demon slayers around them start to unlock it as well, which is pretty interesting. So we have Tanjiro, who is basically just going, I felt like, wow, I'm God, but, basically just describing it in made-up words and actions. Mitsuri kind of starts doing the same thing, and she felt like super bad about it, started sweating. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then we have Muchiro, who is basically saying that, his heart rate got up to like 200 beats per minute, which that's like heart attack territory, for those of you that don't know. His temperature got up to 39 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is, but I believe that is very, very hot in Fahrenheit for the U.S. people. I could have searched that ahead of time, but it is what it is. I know it's very toasty. Let's put it that way. I think it's above, I want to say it's above boiling, like the boiling point of water, if I remember correctly, or pretty close to it. Kind of crazy. So the Wind Hashira is like, oh, it's so simple. And then is it Giyu or Goya? I believe, let's see here. Tomioka. He was like, oh, you think it's that simple? They start fighting. They start kind of walking away. And for some reason, he's walking away. So I'm assuming we're going to get some more information on the Water Hashira. And it'll be nice, too, because, we kind of saw him show up in the first season. A couple of the times, he defeated the one lower rank, the Spider lower rank. They got, everybody kind of into the series, I would argue. And then he kind of just hasn't shown up. He shows up here and there, but everybody thought he was going to be a main character. And he just seems to be off on the sideline. And essentially, they are going, agreeing to do the training, Hashira training for everybody, the entire Demon Slayer Corps, because they got to get everybody more powerful. They have to use this time when Muzan isn't doing anything with the upper ranks, when he's planning on capturing Nezuko, because obviously he wants to capture Nezuko, devour her, and be able to also walk in the sunlight. That is his main goal here. As well, we see Zenitsu show up. I guess he's going to be in this season a little bit more. Same with Inosuke. We didn't really get to see him at all last season. This season, you're not going to see Nezuko, at all, apparently. I read something earlier on that. So, sorry. It's going to be a training arc. It's 11 episodes. It's probably going to be the worst season. I don't like calling it early, but they're not fighting an upper rank. So there's not, we're not really, we are continuing the story in terms of training and getting the characters more powerful, so they're ready to defeat the last 3 upper ranks, because there's still 3 left, and then Muzan as well. So that'll be interesting to see. Zenitsu comes back. He sees Nezuko, and what I think is interesting, and he's like, oh, you're so beautiful in the sunlight, we should get married, all this other stuff, I'll give you all this stuff, is not once does he question, like, oh my God, shouldn't Nezuko be inside being a demon? Isn't she gonna die? Like, he doesn't know at this point. Him and Inosuke both don't know. And then it's hilarious because she calls him Inosuke. Apparently Inosuke was trying to get her to figure out his name over and over and over again, and how Inosuke messes up everybody's name. She messes up Inosuke's name, and I find that hilarious. We then bring in the sword. Yep, the sword, the old sword from the ancient warrior who we don't know really anything about him except he was super OP. We have Rengoku's guard there on the sword. I think it's facing the opposite direction because I believe when he had it, the tip of the flame was facing towards the blade, where now the tip of the largest flame is facing away from it. But that might be a request from him. He was talking about how his wounds are really bad to the swordsmith, and he is very angry at Tanjiro because he essentially had to start all over again because he used the sword against a demon to kill the upper rank 4 there. Well, a combination of that and a combination of the sun to do it. And here comes Inosuke breaking through the window. And they're like, oh, you're going to get yelled at for breaking in here. And then we have all the Hashira, well, minus, what is it, Giyu? I want to say it's Giyu. Water Hashira meeting. And they are all going to be doing training as well. And they're going to bring back some of the old Hashira. The only old Hashira we have seen and that was mentioned was Tenzin. The previous sound Hashira, but he's good for training. He can't fight anymore. He's missing a hand, he's missing an eye, so he is good for this type of circumstance, but can't really give it 100% anymore, unfortunately. So that is what it is. So there's we're gonna say Giyu. I want to say it's Giyu. I guess I can continue with the water Hashira. Tanjiro's trying to be positive. Zenitsu is beating him up, biting him. He then explains the whole situation where he was using the thunder step there, thunder breath, in order to move faster, and it helped him, made him in a better mood. We then see some of the training, as well as getting some fan service with Tenzin's wives. They kind of explain what's going to happen here as well. He gets a letter from the master. I'm trying to remember what that letter said. Let's see if I can go back to where it says a letter from the master. Read it without delay. Oh, okay. He is not taking part in the training. So basically, I think they're trying to get Tanjiro to go speak to him, figure out why he is not taking part in the Hashira training, is what's going on there. We then see, the head of the Demon Slayer Corps in a very critical state. His crow, which is very well trained, is explaining the situation. And it comes to the demon who hates Muzan and her assistant, basically saying, hey, we know you're really good at this stuff too. We've been trying to find you for a while. Will you come to the Butterfly Mansion and help us figure out more information on Nezuko, so that way hopefully we can ultimately defeat Muzan in the long run. And that's kind of where we end. So she, I'm assuming, is probably going to end up at the headquarters, but we'll have to kind of wait and see here. Then we have the Butterfly Hashira talking to Inosuke like a dog. Bad boy. But also healing his wound. She's like, well, there's certain things you should. She's like, you got all this positive attitude. It's very good as well. You're, but at the same time, don't go jumping through windows. And then we have her also helping out Mitsuri as well, which is nice. So let's see here if we can find a nice. There we go. That's what that might be the thumbnail as well. All the Hashira -1 in the same room. So not a whole lot going on this episode. Everybody's getting healed up. Everybody's going to start training again as well. And I think we're just going to see training. I think we might see some sort of fight near the end of it, but at the same time, it's literally called the Hashira training arc. So I'm guessing it's just to get everybody to the Hashira level, try to unlock the secret mark that Mitsuri, Muchiro, and Tanjiro have all unlocked, and then get everybody prepared for the crazy fight that is going to happen probably next season. And next season might be the wrap on the entire show. At least that's going to be my best guess. I'm not really sure. We'll have to wait and see. But I think we'll give this like a 6 out of 10 because honestly, not a whole lot going on. I understand that it's build up for what is to come, but at the same time, did it need to be 48 minutes long? It was fine. It was all right, but I wouldn't say I was bored. More so, I was slightly uninterested in certain parts of it because you were expecting crazy action to happen, and there was a little bit of it in the beginning, but at the same time, I understand where they're coming from. That it can't every episode can't be a crazy action packed episode, and every season can't one up the previous season. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're doing with the season. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe while you're down there. Notification bell, like, share, all that fun stuff. And as always, have a good one.